So Battlefield 2042's next major update is tentatively set to deploy sometime next week, and with that we've got some potential new changes that could be releasing alongside that update, as well as the fourth update that is set for sometime in mid-December. Hey, what's up everyone, Wes here. Welcome back to another Battlefield 2042 news video, and we're gonna just go ahead and jump into things. So these will be some of the new changes made in update number 3 that were not in the patch notes last week. Now this information is coming from Battlefield Bulletin. They tweeted out and said, in case you missed any intel during the last 2 weeks, here you have a list of known issues, upcoming fixes and improvements, and more. Starting off, as I talked about in my previous video, hit reg fix will go out in an upcoming update, hopefully in update number 3 if not later, including a fix for the Sundance hit detection bug. Next up, we have a fix for the invisibility glitch that's coming in one of the upcoming updates. The latter glitch will be fixed in update number 3. As we talked about yesterday, vehicle gunners, turrets not registering for most bullets while they're on the go, that is also being fixed in one of the next updates. Now for those of you that use the alternate controller setup, there's no sight toggle setting, as it maps the hybrid sight toggle and crouch both to the right stick. They're also working on addressing some mismatches with the plus system and alternate buttons. As I talked about in yesterday's video, the new revive bug, the 30-second timer, gets stuck in the down screen. Update number 2 reduced occurrences of the unable to be revived issue, but it can unfortunately still happen, and they're working on fixing this once and for all. Moving on, we have blast damage issues, rubber banding while getting shot by a heli/jet rockets. The fix is ready and will go out in one of the upcoming updates. Moving on to our next issue that's being resolved is choppy movement when spamming the sprint button right after being revived. Moving on, we have an update coming for the SFAR, so the shots will be fixed, or rather lined up, in an upcoming update. They're also looking at balancing the proximity sensor, and then we've got a fix coming through for the reload prompt that can sometimes appear in a persistent way after reloading the gun. Usually it's fixed by reloading your weapon again, but sometimes it just stays there. Moving right along, we've got the C5 attached to Casper's drone. Battlefield Bulletin said, although this has been discussed with the team, EA DICE has not confirmed any change or tweak yet. Jorgsy agrees that this is causing frustration right now, and there isn't really a good counterplay to this. And then of course, as I've also talked about previously, they're working on adding options for icons and transparency and scaling. I would really hope they get a fix for that coming soon, because there's nothing worse than shooting icons rather than the enemy that you're trying to look at, but it's impossible because there's no transparency. Moving right along, players will be able to shoot the hovercraft driver through the front glass while facing it straight on in an upcoming update. This applies to other vehicles as well. Next up, we've got another issue that's going to be resolved, and that is some players can't join a server with friends if they're in a full squad. Next up, EA DICE is looking to take breakthrough objectives away from the top of buildings, or at the bare minimum just balance it. Maybe on breakthrough only they add rappel ropes, so it's not just the elevators that people have to climb in order to get to the top of the tower. Next up, we've got missile relock not working correctly, ammunition boxes not replenishing while you're in a vehicle, as well as when you switch seat with your initial gun. The 6x scope is not working correctly as it should be on the sniper rifles, and they do have a fix for that in an upcoming patch. Moving on to our next fix is EA DICE has identified a bug affecting stat changes for some weapon attachments, and they confirmed, according to the lead game designer, that they are working on a fix for that. EA DICE is investigating crashing issues on Radeon 7 users, particularly when Sundance is on the screen, such as when you're playing Sundance and you die, or in the menus when Sundance is on screen. Moving on to our next update that we should be getting down the pipeline, EA DICE is looking into guns fire mode visibility plus some customizable options, camera shake reduction, marksman bonus XP plus headshot distance, nearby medic indicators, as well as a voice/UI indicators that allows medics to inform downed players, teleport glitch while playing on the manifest map, specifically in the containers area. They have a fix coming through for the FOV bug. The game doesn't apply your current saved value until you ADS at the start of a match, or you can also switch weapons. There's a visual bug in the game, some weird instances where players are unable to destroy enemy equipment assets but are still getting points. There's some collision issues that they're going to be sorting out. Players may get stuck on certain structures. They already confirmed that in the patch notes, and as I talked about in yesterday's video, there are fixes on the way for pings and comma rows. EA DICE is looking into some changes for the mouse input on PC, vehicle/soldier clipping issues through the map. They're likely going to be addressing the soft land plus the recoilless M5. They're confirmed to be investigating a soldier animation bug when players sprint and it seems like they're levitating in place instead of running. They're also looking into potential C5 lag/rubber band effect, and lastly, they're looking at adding some directional indicators for lock-ons. Huge thank you to Battlefield Bulletin for compiling everything and making it a little bit easier to digest, and a huge shout out to Florian for being so on point with communication as of lately. Moving on to our next bit of news, there is another thread that somebody tweeted at Florian and said this: hello, I was using the SWS-10 and I realized that my scope had went from being 6x zoom to 2x zoom. It corrected itself after a few minutes and then did it again. Not sure what the fix would be for this. To which Drunksy responded, we're aware of this bug and we have a fix for it coming. Moving on to our next bit of news, there is an update coming for the anti-tank mines, a player reached out to Florian and said this: is there a bug with the anti-tank mines where if you die, they go away? Past Battlefield games, the anti-tank mines stayed on the field after you died. It's kind of pointless to use them, and I'm sure their usage is very low because of this. Any update on keeping them on the field after death? To which Florian responded, yes, this will be changed back to how it used to work before. Next up, I want to talk about some news regarding Battlefield Portal. There was a brand new mode that was created, a full battle royale experience called Warfield 100. According to the experience description, Warfield 100 is a 100 player battle royale. Features include a pre-game lobby, parachuting into action, a closing circle, random ground loot, a prison, and a spectator mode. For those of you that are looking to host a Warfield 100 experience server, the code is in all caps and it is AAGDWA. Next up, I want to talk about a new farming method that you could do for your weapons to unlock your attachments quicker, that you could do in solo and co-op. If you jump on Kaleidoscope and you wait until the objective goes to C on breakthrough, there's a spot where you don't get shot by AI, where you can mow down enemies and unlock all of your attachments for your weapons in a much more effective method than doing it with the regular multiplayer. I personally tested it out and it was pretty cracked, although I probably won't utilize it anymore because I personally want a reason to keep playing the game. I would be curious to see how long it stays in the game. It might be fixed, who knows? Only time will tell. But guys, that is going to wrap it up with today's Battlefield 2042 news. Are you excited about the next update? Be sure to leave a comment below. Do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe to my channel with your notifications on, and don't forget to check back tomorrow for another Battlefield 2042 news video.